Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Long Sensation, and before I get into this commentary, guys, yes, it's my clan, Team Immortal or Immortal versus Amp Clan, and I just want to say that we was actually scrimming. There's no like hate or anything like that. A few players in Amp are actually starting to get into League, so we said we'll scrim against them to try and get practice ourselves, get them some practice, and just overall just scrim against one another over the weekend. And we're going to be doing it every weekend to see if any of us are progressing and stuff like that. We had 5 matches. They won the first 2 matches, which was S&D Raid and Hardpoint Standoff, and then I believe we won this game, Slums Capture the Flag. We also won, I think it was S&D Express, maybe. I can't really remember the 4th game, but the last game was Raid Hardpoint, which was a 5v5 because Amp Robot decided to join. And you will be seeing that on Veterans channel in a couple of days' time. So basically, guys, that's what I want to talk about today. Is Amp vs Immortal, well, competitive versus pub stompers, should I say? Because Amp, they're known for their pub stomping. Their players are known for the pub stomping. They get a hell of a lot of kills, like 200 pluses, stuff like that. And I was, kind of a pub stomper myself, but now I'm kind of turning into competitive because it's different. It definitely feels different when you're actually playing. It's more entertaining, I think. It isn't that frustrating, Every time I die off a swarm in public matches, I tend to rage a lot compared to, just dying off a capping the flag and capture the flag. It's not that much of a big deal because in competitive, it is your team that gets the win, not just yourself. And as pub stompers, it's just trying to get as many kills as possible, and it's just primarily it's just basically solo, unless you've got a team running support and not flipping spawns. But yeah, in this gameplay you can kind of see that, the competitive players, which I would say, Immortal are more competitive, experience, just basically because this weekend, before this game, we had about 6 hours put in, random days with random people, just playing league play, getting some practice in. And I think this was Amp's, like all the members in Amp that actually played against us, this was kind of their first scrims, or their first kind of competitive game. They was playing a few league games, they said before, and they actually did quite well. So we thought we'll just scrim against them, kind of get some practice against one another. And yeah, that's the reason I chose this gameplay, because basically you could say that we was the competitive team and Amp was the pub stomping team. And you can see in this gameplay that I only get 8 kills, I believe, to 18 deaths, but I actually get all 3 caps, which is actually really, really incredible. That's not down to just me, knowing when to grab the flag or knowing the flank routes and stuff like that. It's actually down to my team communicating with me, telling me where to go, telling me where the enemies are and stuff like that. And we just really, really worked really well in this game, and that's the reason I've chose this gameplay over 100 plus or anything like that. It's just because I really enjoyed this game. We communicated like crazy. We knew that Amp are good. We knew that the pub stompers are good, and we just wanted to kind of go try hard, try and get a nice little few wins in, and just see how good we can go against one another to try and see what improvements we need to make and stuff like that. As for improvements in Immortal, I would say that the UK team, which is myself, Laidback, Piggy and Hitman, would need to work on our S&D. I'm terrible at S&D. Some of the other players may not be, but trust me, I'm terrible. And that's something that you're going to see on Veterans over the next couple of weeks, is us getting better at S&D, I suppose. And that's pretty much it, guys. So the final conclusion to pub stompers versus competitive, they're both really, really skilled in their own right. It takes a lot of skill to get a 200 plus in public matches, believe it or not. I know some people are kind of skeptical with reverse boosting, etc. But it is actually pretty difficult to get 200 pluses. And competitives, they're really, really good in their own right, simply because the communication required is immense. Callouts, etc. does actually take time to practice, and hopefully you guys are going to see a lot more competitive on my channel, and some pub stomping, of course. But anyway, guys, I've been Long Sensation. Hope you've enjoyed this commentary, and I'll see you all guys later. Peace!